How's it going? I haven't made a YouTube video in like a week, so I thought I'd check in for all the YouTube viewers that don't follow me on Twitter or Facebook. Twitter mostly is what I'm on. But just got home from the dog park, and where'd he go? Where'd you go, Willis? Thought you were following me around just now. Oh, he must have went to go and lay down. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Now you're gonna go lay down? Yeah, he went to go lay down. He got beat up pretty good. I'm doing okay. I got into a fight with a pit bull. We were at the dog park, and everybody was having a good time, standing around in a circle. Willis is okay. Yeah, he's all right. He's a little shaken up. I thought it was going to be way worse, but it was a girl dog. Was trying to hump him for some reason, and he growled at that dog. And the next thing everybody knew is that dog had him pinned on the ground and locked onto his face. And so I did the last thing that you're supposed to do in a dog fight. I jumped right in the middle of it and grabbed that pit bull, uh, both parts of its snout, and was trying to pull it apart, and had him locked pretty good. I couldn't get it apart. His jaws were locked, and we just talked about this the other day. Actually, the only way you can get a pit bull to get off of somebody or get off of another dog to get them to unlock their jaw is to poke them in the eye. So that's what I did. I didn't poke his eyeball out, but I just put enough pressure on it just to make him uncomfortable enough to let go of Willis. And he bit me, which is fine. I'm okay. I don't need any stitches, but it went pretty deep. That tooth sunk into my hand pretty good. I felt it, but no big deal. I've been through much worse than that. The worst part of it was everybody was having a good time, standing around laughing, joking, and after the dog fight, it got real awkward, and everybody was just like, "Okay, it's time to go home now, everyone." And then it turned out that the dog that attacked my dog had done the same thing the week before, I guess, and the week before that. And just one of those people that take their dog to the dog park, that they're aggressive, and they just keep taking them back. So who knows? Anyway, we're okay. Uh, Willis got some hair missing on him. Uh, we're just a little roughed up. That's all. No major injuries. Um, and I've got a lot of work to do here. I just wanted to check in and let everybody know everything for the most part has been okay. Hasn't been too ridiculous lately. I've just been working nonstop, uh, putting a lot of hours in. Thank you. People are saying it's good to know you're okay and your dog's okay. Yeah, it's kind of sketchy when you get into a fight with a pit bull. Uh, that dog was pretty big, and um, yeah, things are good, man. I look so pale in this light. It's like just been doing this, doing the hat thing, hats around the world. Christmas is coming up, holiday season's coming up. Uh, Keep busy with that. Bought a few storage units. Bought two storage units. Let's see. Yeah, just bought two of them. One huge one. It took me three trailers to get all the stuff home, and we had a big community sale here in my neighborhood, and I knew that a lot of people would be showing up, so it's one of the reasons I bought that giant storage unit. It was like 10 feet by 24 feet, and cleared that thing out, found some stuff for eBay, found some good collectible stuff, found a Mickey Mantle signed magazine. That was pretty cool. Found some old Oakleys. Those are worth some money. Bunch of random stuff in there. I talked about that on one of my other videos, but it takes a lot of work, a lot of time and effort to get that done. So I've just been doing that nonstop. Been trying to just tweet a little bit, keep up with what's going on. I was hoping that this morning that the something big just happened tweet by President Trump was going to be the FISA report was released, and we were going to get some confirmation on what a lot of us have been going through for years, some decades, and it was still good news. They got the leader of ISIS, which Obama and McCain were instrumental in forming. Oh, it looks like I'm losing battery power here. All right. So that's good. But it actually helped me make a couple connections to what was going on here in Arizona. The guy that they got, the leader, he was an Iraqi leader of ISIS, and his last name is Baghdadi. Baghdadi. I don't know how if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And then I realized that the place where I go pay my rent, made videos about these people. They constantly harass me with everything they can think of, sending people to my house without telling me to work on the air conditioner and just wake me up and yell at me, go into my backyard without permission, all kinds of stuff. Play street theater skits on me when I go into the office, block me in the parking lot. Goes on and on and on over in this area and with this management company. And that that sounds so familiar. Baghdadi. And then I remembered that the hookah lounge right next door to that place is called the Baghdadi Hookah Lounge, and it's spelled exactly the same way. And then I realized, you know, I remember taking a cab ride home when I got out of jail, when they set me up and arrested me. Spent the night downtown in the jailhouse, and I came home the next day in the cab because they impounded my car. Uh, and the driver I could have swore the guy was Hispanic. And I started talking to him, and he had an accent that was not Spanish. And I said, Where are you from, man?" He said, "I'm from Iraq." I was like, "Oh, wow, interesting. You look like a Mexican country singer, like to be on the front of a uh, um, Spanish music album. Big mustache, uh, thick black hair, look just like uh, some guys I know that are Mexican that with the big mustache and all that." And I was like, "Wow, you could really pass for Hispanic." And he's like, "Yeah, people ask me if I'm Hispanic all the time, and it actually kind of helps. We fit in a little bit better here." I said, "What do you mean we?" He said, "There's over 5,000 Iraqis in the Phoenix area. There's a large population." And this guy was nice. He didn't give me any trouble or anything like that. He was friendly. Uh, but that's when I learned about the large Iraqi population here in the United States. And I don't I didn't think too much of it because I'm sure there's people from Iraq that appreciated some of us, and just figured they came here to get out of that place. Some of them most likely did. Uh, but John McCain is from Arizona, Phoenix specifically. He was instrumental in helping create ISIS. There's photos of him with ISIS leaders. And a lot of things connected. And I'm pretty sure that area, I posted some stuff on Twitter. I sent some stuff to Amazing Polly today, and some different people that could pass that information on and investigate a little bit uh, about the Baghdadi Hookah Lounge and the other uh, stores, shops that are in that facility. They're all in Arabic writing, English and Arabic, and a lot of the people there really give me a tough time. I should just send my rent check in, but I go over there sometimes. Just I can't always trust the mail unless I send it certified, and it's good for me to get out of the house, go do some stuff, go for a drive, take the dog. So we just go over there and
pay the rent in person, and it's pretty bad when I go over there. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see what kind of connection that has. Is ISIS running inside of the United States and here in Phoenix, Arizona specifically? It's hard to say. Hard to say. Kind of coincidental. Kind of coincidental. Um, there's been a lot of information dropping about here in Arizona with the child trafficking, CPS, people getting investigated. This guy Peterson, not Jeffrey Peterson, but guy Peterson working with different politicians uh, that seem to be involved in some pretty shady stuff. 550 children missing last year from CPS. They just have no idea where they went. They disappeared. And no explanation. And a lot of dots are being connected, and good things happening. It's just tough getting through it because the more I talk about it, the more I tweet, put information out, share information, share intel, I guess if you want to call it. There's an immediate reaction. Uh, so that's all I'll say about that right now, really. I'd really like for this FISA declassification to happen like yesterday. Today would have been nice. Um, and then we'd have little bit of proof, a little bit of backup. Anyway, all right. Well, I'm having a tough time talking right now. I've got 27 people here. Thank you for everybody for showing up. I just do these randomly. I just realized when I got home, I thought, you know what, I haven't talked to anyone lately. I haven't been on YouTube, do anything. Last video I did, I was going through that storage unit, the one with the weird, what it looked like blood splatter on the back of the unit. And hey, awake, what's going on? 28 year now. Welcome. Um, let's see what else. What else can I talk about? There's been a lot happening. I mean, I've been busy every single day. I've been putting 12 hours in a day. Today I didn't get a whole lot done. I'm just worn out. My sleep's been interrupted a lot lately. I won't explain how right now. Save that for later. But for a while, my eyes were getting a lot better. And over the last week, uh, it's been tough. It's been tough sleeping. Been not being allowed to do that, really. A lot of fireworks going off, a lot of car alarms, things like that, noise, and some other things. So I'm just trying to go back to my days in the military when we didn't get a lot of sleep all the time, and in the fire department when 5 minutes after you go to sleep, the bell rings. You got to get up, put your bunker gear on, go to a call, and then right when you get back and you go to sleep again, it goes off again. I'm just trying to remember, I made it through all that. We weren't a super busy station, but when it rained, it poured, and some nights were just all night. Yeah, I know there's a lot of you guys going through this too, and that's part of the reason that I keep doing what I'm doing. So I hope things are getting better for you all, and hopefully we're close to the finish line here. I think, I know I got a pretty good covert message today. I think it was pretty positive, kind of vague, but
Strong-minded individual says, "Have you ever linked up with other TIs?" Yeah, yeah, yeah. It hasn't always gone well. Um, TIs have gone through a lot of, as you guys know, the one people that have actually been targeted, gone through a lot of pain and suffering and psychological torture, and have a hard time trusting. And some are fake. They're chills, trolls, whatever you want to call them, plants, and you just have to deal with that, figure it out on your own. Let's see. Emu Sings says, "What have you done to make yourself a TI?" Well, that's $1 million question. I don't know. I met a bunch of firefighters that lived through the attacks. After met them after 9/11 happened, came to my station, rode around in our truck with us, went to a party with them, had conversations with them, and got different stories from some of the guys other than what we were hearing on the news. And that's basically when I got red pilled and started talking about stuff on social media and disagreed with the official narrative. But there's been stuff going on with me since I was a kid. Talked about that in my 400 something videos. But yeah, when it got really weird for me was after 9/11. After 9/11. And after the soft war class that I was in with a guy named Chuck DeCaro, who was he was a CNN journalist, and what he was working on was called soft war, and it was basically changing the enemy's perception of reality with multimedia applications like commercials, photo, video, stuff like that, propaganda. Things got real weird after that. Yeah, yeah. Awaken says there's no such thing as a CNN journalist. It's pretty much a CIA journalist. Um, and somebody told me Chuck is pretty gangster. Chuck's pretty mafia. And I didn't think really much of it then. I just thought he was, he was this Air Force test pilot that was the good guy. We were trying to go after the bad guys. It's just pretty simple, but I don't know. There's a reason somebody shot that guy in a hotel room. He lived, but him and his wife were there, and somebody broke into the room. They said it was a robbery, and he ended up getting shot like three or four times. I think 3 times. But he shot the guy, killed him. But there was probably a reason for that. Somebody sent a hit after him or something like that. It's hard to say. I wasn't there. Knowing what I know now, though, it's highly possible. Somebody mentioned the 144,000 people in the Bible. That was the name of the base that I worked at in Fresno. Look it up. It's called the 144th Fighter Wing, Fresno, California. Was an F-16 base. They fly F-15s now. And I had targeting going on while I was at that base, too. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff. That was weird. Somebody said, "Do I still have my property in West Virginia?" Yeah, as far as I know. I mean, I've got the deed to the property. But who knows? It's gonna be a long time till I get there. Hopefully, it's a real deed. I mean, I've got the receipt, got the deed, got the phone calls recorded from the person that sold it to me. You never know. I could show up and they'd be like, "No, what? Somebody's living here. What are you talking about?" But I've got like a year and a half until I can even go anywhere, unless something huge happens pretty soon. All right, I've got
There are 45 people here. That's a great number, by the way. Happy 24/7. You're in Canada. How you doing? I'm glad you're happy 24/7. That's awesome. Or is that like sarcasm? Cal Marsh says hi. How you doing, Cal? Cal Marsh. Wow, there are a lot of people here. If you're just checking in, Willis is fine. He got attacked by a pit bull. We went to the dog park. Everybody was playing, having a good time, and some dog tried to hump him, and he wasn't happy with that. So he growled at him, and the next thing you know, he was on the ground, and the dog had him by the face and was locked onto him. And remember Dennis the Menace? Not Dennis the Menace. What was the, who am I thinking of? Pigpen in the Charlie Brown cartoon? Pigpen always had like this cloud of dust around him. It looked like that. I just jumped right in the middle of it and grabbed a pit bull. That pit bull was getting, yeah, possibly. I don't know. These dogs are chipped. I'm sure they can affect their mood and stuff like that. But yeah, that dog has done that, I guess, several times before. The girl that I was talking to there had a dog that got attacked by that dog the week before. I guess it attacked somebody else. I don't know. It seemed like a nice dog till it locked onto my dog's face. But it turns out Willis got some pretty thick skin. He's fine. I took the worst of it. I got a tooth in my hand here. It went pretty deep, and I don't know. No big deal. I've been through way worse. I've had my leg broken in half where my heel touched the side of my leg. Uh, yeah, it's so. Just washed my hands off when I got home. Could need a stitch or two, but I'm not going to be doing that. I'll just super glue it or something if I need to. All right, yep, I need to get back to work. I just wanted to check in with everybody, say hi. Hopefully this FISA declassification is going to be happening real soon. Hoping by the 9th of next month, that is 9/11 reversed. So they can do a lot of stuff with numbers, so we'll just hope for that. All right, thanks everybody for showing up. God bless you all too. Hope you all have a good night, and I'll try to check back in a little more often with some news, with some good news, whatever news is needs to be released. All right, good night.